Hi everybody and welcome to English 2. This lecture is going to go over our syllabus. A quick note, I am recording from home, so please bear with me if we have any interruptions or background noise. I apologize for that. Hopefully they'll be minimal. All right, so English 2, you'll see is a logic and composition course. Your CRN number will be here on your syllabus. Our meeting times are here. So we are online only and we are asynchronous. So we do not have scheduled meetings on Zoom. However, you do have assigned recorded lectures like this one. You'll need to watch those weekly at your own pace to make sure that you're able to complete your assignments, which are due every week on Wednesday and Friday. We do also have essay drafts that are due Mondays whenever we are writing an essay, and you can look at the schedule of classes for those dates. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your syllabus, you'll see your schedule of classes there. I encourage you to contact me. My name is Erin Fujinami. I'm your instructor in case this is the first lecture that you're watching with me. The quickest way to reach me is the Remind app. So students who are watching this lecture, sometimes I use the same overview for a syllabus. So in case you are not in the fall 2023 English 2 class, then you can disregard this part. But if you are in the fall 2023 class, this is your Remind code. Those of you who might be watching from a different semester, your Remind code will be in your syllabus. So for fall 2023, this is the code you need. You're just going to text that whole code to this number, and you will be enrolled in our class. That way I can text you and you can text me, and it's just a very easy way to get in touch, especially for just quick questions. You can also email me with this email address or your Canvas inbox. Allow me about 2 business days to get back to you via email. If you would like to book an appointment with me to see me on Zoom, you can do that. My link is there. So on to some basic course information. This is our textbook. Everything's an argument with readings. The 8th edition is the one that you should get. The ISBN number is there for you. If you have any trouble getting a hold of your textbook, feel free to reach out. It should be available in the bookstore. Required materials that you should have. It's important that you have access to Canvas. If you're not familiar with Canvas, at the end of our syllabus, there's a section called Extra Help, and you can look there for lots of tutorials and Canvas guides and all kinds of great stuff to help you get familiar with Canvas so that you know how to use it. You should also have something to write with and something to write on that is specifically for our class. We don't meet in person, but it's good to have these things while you're dealing with readings and assignments at home. Same with highlighters. Make sure that you have either highlighters if you are printing your readings out or highlighting in the book, or maybe, a program that helps you to annotate. Whichever one you want to use is fine with me. A couple of other requirements for our class. It's important that you do have access to tutoring and also your groups. So everyone will be put into a group for the whole semester. You'll work with that group throughout the semester to just sort of help each other out, answer questions, help each other remember to turn in the assignments and navigate the different assignments that we have. However, your groups are not graded together, so all of the work that you do with your group will still be turned in individually. So there are no group assignments. This is just sort of a support network for you to have in class. We also do utilize tutoring, so make sure that you are getting familiar with tutoring and that you are planning on going to those tutoring sessions. You'll need to meet with a tutor 5 times throughout the semester, and online tutoring as well as in-person tutoring are available for free. So there's no reason you should have to pay for any of that, but it is a portion of our class. For more information about either one of those, you can click on these links right here, and they will take you to some more info about how to access tutoring, how to access your group. Okay. So basic course information, we have a catalog description as well as course outcomes listed here. So if you have any questions about what you should be accomplishing in this class, you can look at those. Grading and assignments. Our grading breakdown is here. You can see that small writing assignments such as essay drafts and outlines, as well as those weekly discussions, those are worth 300 points and about 30% of your grade. Your final drafts for your essays are worth 400 points and about 40% of your grade. Tutoring and group meetings are worth 50 points each for the entire semester, so that's about 5% of your grade for completing each of those consistently throughout the semester. We do have exams. There are 4. They're pretty equally spaced throughout the semester, and those work out to 100 points or 10% of your grade. And then you do have a final exam, which is worth 100 points and the final 10% of your grade. Final grading is very straightforward. If you have a 90% or above, that's an A, an 80 to an 89 is a B, and so on. If you have any questions about your grade or how things are graded, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to discuss. Okay, so our next section deals with types of assignments that you'll see in our class. So you can see we have small writing assignments that make up a good chunk of your grade. These are things that you're going to be doing throughout the semester pretty consistently, but they're kind of low stakes assignments. So you get, points for putting forth your best effort on those. So discussions, these are assigned weekly, and you'll see that those are due every week on Wednesday and Friday before 11:59 p.m. You can expect to have several of those each week. Make sure that you're staying on top of doing those. Essay outlines are another thing. Those are assigned before each of our major essays to just sort of help you plan for and get your ideas rolling on those essays. So that's another type of assignment you'll see. Essay drafts, we'll have 3 of these throughout the semester. These are the ones that are due on Mondays before 11:59 p.m. Again, you can look at the schedule of classes to look ahead at those due dates. The way that essays work in our class is that you'll turn in your essay draft. I will read that and give you individualized feedback. So I'll leave you some comments on Canvas, and then you're responsible for looking at those comments, working with your groups and or a tutor to make sure that you're implementing those things, revising, and then turning in the final draft, which is the next type of assignment that you'll see. So on essay drafts, remember that you basically get an A for effort there. If you turn it in and you're trying and you've got the page length that I've asked for, you're going to get full credit, regardless of, whether or not your argument is where it needs to be just yet. With essay final drafts, that's where I grade for content with a rubric, and you'll see those are typically due on Fridays. You can look at the schedule of classes for due dates, and those are worth a little bit more than the essay drafts. You also have tutoring reflections. So as I mentioned, tutoring is a part of our class. You're required to meet with a tutor at least 5 times throughout the semester, and you'll just write a quick reflection about what you worked on with the tutor and turn that in, and that is how you get points for those tutoring reflections. Due dates are posted on the schedule of classes. Make sure that you book your appointments early so that you can make time for those in your schedule. Details on how to reach them, their hours, all of that good stuff are available at this link here. This is also one of the only extra credit options that you have for class. So if you look in our welcome module on Canvas, you can see that assignment will be available for you to contribute to up until the week of final exams. So any tutoring that you do between in excess of those required 5. So you can go to tutoring additional times and start earning extra credit. But you do need to have gone to the original 5 required tutoring sessions before you can start earning that extra credit. So just keep that in mind. Group reflections are another part of your grade. So I mentioned you will be working with groups. However, this is an individual assignment. So your group reflections are just a time for you to reflect on how you are doing within your group. So are you contributing? Are you, meeting with your group regularly, whether that's online, in a text, however you guys choose to quote meet. And the group reflections just look at that. So you'll be responsible for individually telling me how things are going with your group 5 times throughout the semester. Again, you can check out the schedule of classes to see when those are due so that you can plan ahead. Also, this is your only other extra credit opportunity in the class, so those details are there. Same as with tutoring, you do need to have completed the original 5 first, but any additional group meetings will earn you a little bit of extra credit. Quizzes and tests. So we do have some exams that are happening this semester. You can see that your quizzes might be embedded in lectures, just to make sure that you're working your way through that whole lecture. Exams, however, are always given on Canvas, and you can look at the details of when those exams are and kind of what they're going to be focused on if you look down at the schedule of classes. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little internet glitch at my house. So, quizzes and exams. Those are going to be given throughout the semester. You can see all of the due dates for quizzes and or exams if you look at the schedule of classes. They may be timed. If you need additional time due to a disability, please make sure you get me that information so that I can adjust the time for you. I do ask that you give me about a week or more notice so that I have time to get in there and change that if necessary. And I don't provide study guides, but I do encourage you to use your notes and or your textbook. So these are open book exams. All right, course policies. Makeup and late work. I typically do not accept late work unless there's an emergency that prevents you from turning it in. However, there are lots of great ways to avoid late work, so planning ahead helps. Our modules are always posted on Sundays, and work for that week is always due on Wednesday and Friday. So if you kind of get into the habit of, at some point on Sunday, checking Canvas to see what's coming up, and then making time in your schedule to be done with your work by Wednesday and Friday, you should not have a problem with making sure that you get things turned in on time. I have no problem with you working ahead. So let's say Wednesday you work or Friday you just don't want to be doing homework. You can definitely turn things in on, say a Monday and a Tuesday instead, or whatever day works for you. Also, planning for technology issues is a good idea. Please make sure that you're not submitting your assignments at 11:58 when they are due at 11:59. And then remember that I am here to help. So my general policy is no late work, but emergencies and life happen. So if something comes up, you can always reach out and ask me for some extra time. Unless you magically have an emergency every time something is due, then generally I'm willing to be flexible with you, when true emergencies do pop up. So what should you do if you miss an assignment? First, everyone has what's called the plea. So one time throughout the semester, you can submit an assignment that you missed or resubmit something that you're not happy with. You just need to contact me within a week of the missed assignment, and we will work out the details about how and when you will submit that. There's no penalty for this. However, you only get to use it once, and you can't use this once we start work on Essay 3. So make sure that you do have that as kind of a backup plan if you miss something and you just need to make it up. There's that. We also usually have a makeup week built into the semester, usually around spring break or Thanksgiving, but not always. So look at the schedule of classes for this semester's dates, and just be aware that during makeup week, you can make up anything that is still available on Canvas. Now, what is available depends on the semester and the assignment. So if it's open and available for you on Canvas, you can make it up during makeup week. If it's not, then you are kind of out of luck with that particular assignment. And then following makeup week, I don't accept late work for basically any reason, unless it's like a really major medical emergency or something like that. So just plan ahead. Attendance policy. For online classes, attendance is calculated based on completing assignments. So whenever you miss an assignment, that constitutes one absence for the week. If you miss assignments early in the semester, I may drop you for non-attendance. So if you know that you have to miss an assignment and it is before the drop date, make sure that you send me a quick text on Remind or an email and let me know what's going on, so that I know you still want to be in the class and we can work on making sure that you can get that work turned in. If you decide this course is not the best fit for you right now, make sure that you drop it before the drop date so that you avoid a letter grade. So your important dates and holidays for fall 2023 are right here. Again, if you're watching this lecture at a different time that is not fall 2023, make sure that you look at your codes. Okay, extra help. So in this section, you will find all kinds of different things to help you with class and assignments, as well as life beyond the classroom. So if you need information about how to reach a tutor, for example, you can click here. Single sign-on, which is where you get access to Canvas, your student email, all that good stuff. Canvas support, if something is going wrong with Canvas. If you need to contact the bookstore, the library, or student services, all of those links are there. Additionally, I've got some other resources here to help you with life beyond the classroom. So health and wellness things that we offer on campus, food resources, handouts, and numbers for national hotlines, as well as a text or call option in case you're having any kind of immediate need. You can always text or call 988 and get hooked up with somebody that you can talk to right away to help get you through. All right, that brings us to the schedule of classes. So in order to read our schedule of classes, you should look at the different columns. So our first column, which is this here, that tells you the date that the week starts and the week number. This is important because on Canvas, everything is organized by week. So everything that you need for week 1 is all in one folder, which is called a module. So pay attention to which week you're in. And then the next column, which is this second one here, is going to have all of your readings and lectures and whatnot. So you'll see that on Canvas, I'm supposed to be reading my syllabus and schedule of classes. From our textbook, I'm supposed to be reading these pages. And I also need to watch these lectures. And then the third column is reminders and due dates. So you'll always see that things are due typically on Wednesdays and Fridays. So for instance, during week 1, you don't have anything due Wednesday, but you do have 3 different things that are due on Friday. So these are discussion board posts. You'll see those on Canvas. You should have read and watched these things in order to be prepared to finish whatever is, due for the week. And you'll notice that you can look ahead as well. So if I wanted to know what was happening in week 2, I can go and look and even start on my readings and lectures before I can even see these things on Canvas sometimes, right? So if you ever want to know what's happening in class, you'll notice this is filled out all the way down through the end of the semester. So if I wanted to look at my big assignments, like when is my essay due? When is our first exam? I can go and look ahead so that I can kind of be prepared and be planning for those things in my schedule. All right, so that is our introduction to the syllabus. I apologize for a couple of glitches in our lecture because I had internet outages happen a couple of times, but it's great to virtually meet all of you, and welcome to class. I'm glad you're here.